There comes a time in every life when the truth hits harder than anything else. Time doesn't wait. It doesn't pause for you. It doesn't rewind. And it never, ever gives back what you waste. This is the story of a man named Arlan, a man with dreams that could have changed his life, if only he hadn't waited so long to begin. Arlan always said the same word whenever life gave him an opportunity. Later. He said it when he wanted to start a business. He said it when he planned to write his book. He said it when he promised himself he'd work on his life next week. But weeks became months, and months became years. Arlan wasn't lazy. He was comfortable. And comfort is the one thing that can quietly kill every dream you ever had. His evenings were spent scrolling social media, liking posts from people who were actually doing the things he wished he could do. He watched motivational videos and imagined himself taking action someday. But someday never came. Then one morning, everything changed. Arlan got a call that his childhood friend David had passed away. A healthy, energetic young man, gone in a single breath. At the funeral, Arlan saw something that shook him to his core: David's journal. On the first page, in big letters, David had written, "Life is short. Do it now." Those words pierced Arlan's heart. For the first time, he understood how fragile time really is. How quickly it disappears. How easily it slips away from people who keep saying later. That night, standing in front of the mirror, Arlan saw a man who wasn't failing because he wasn't capable. He was failing because he was waiting. Waiting for the perfect moment. Waiting for more motivation. Waiting for a life that was already slipping through his fingers. He whispered to himself, "If not now, when?" From that moment on, Arlan changed one simple thing. He stopped wasting time. Just that one decision changed everything. He redirected the hours he used to waste. He woke up early and wrote a page of his book each morning. He worked on his business idea at night. He cut out the people who dragged him down. Every day, he chose progress over comfort. And slowly, his life started to move. He felt energy he had never felt before. Opportunities appeared where he once saw none. Ideas came to life. His confidence returned. Momentum carried him forward. People began to say, "You've changed." But he hadn't changed. He had finally started living. Months later, he finished his book, the one he thought he'd never write. He printed a single copy and wrote a dedication inside. "For David, you taught me the value of one moment." As he stared at those words, tears fell from his eyes, not because he was sad, but because he finally understood how precious time really is and how much of it he had lost. Arlan started his business. It didn't explode overnight, but he kept going. He traveled to places he once only dreamed about. He stood on stages and spoke to people about discipline, time, and purpose. And people listened because they could feel the truth in his voice. He became the man he always wanted to be, not because he was more talented than others, but because he made one decision. He stopped waiting. And now, this story isn't about Arlan anymore. It's about you. It's about the time you still have. It's about the dreams you keep pushing till later. You don't need the perfect plan. You don't need the perfect moment. You don't need permission. You need to start. Right now. With one small step. 1 hour. One action. Because time is not slowing down. Your future is getting closer. And every second you waste is a second you never get back. Stop wasting time. Start today. Your story begins the moment you decide to take control of your time and change your life forever.